Roy followed Janina Clark down the hallway to exit the hospital. The Mitche brothers took a four-way hug as the rest of their friends left. Kevin Mitche, who seems to be optimistic revolving the situation, responds, "I wish I could help." And Coleman responds, crying and panting, "No, you can't! Go!" Kevin shrugs and humps and then leaves the hospital room. Downstairs in the garage, Kevin Mitche exited down the elevator into the garage and receives a phone call on his phone from an unknown assailant. He answers the phone. "Hello?" is Kevin Mitche's initial response. And an unknown voice responds, "Hello, Mr. Kevin Mitche. I heard your son's cut you loose. Now what are you going to do revolving it?" Kevin stopped in his tracks and looked at the main door that had just closed behind him. And then turns around and responds, "You do realize I'm tracking you." It initiates the car door to open. He opens the car door and slams it shut. As a result of the unknown assailant responding, "Don't you know that somebody is watching you on the camera?" Kevin Mitche looks up at a camera in the corner of the garage and realizes that the garage is empty. And the unknown assailant responds to the situation as if he knew what was going on. "Well, Kevin, seems like you're in a parking garage. A dark and lonely parking garage in a hospital." Kevin responds, "And? What's your point? What do you want?" The unknown assailant says, "Well, if you want me in the hospital, happy to put you there. In the morgue!" Kevin Mitche hangs up the phone and gets into the car and turns this switch on. However, unaware that Ghostface was watching his every move, he turns in this switch and intends to leave the parking lot, leaving a gasoline trail behind. However, his car stalls at the top of the ramp to exit the parking garage. He looks at the rearview mirror and sees nothing. However, he turns in this switch. That's when Ghostface from behind, a lighter flicks from behind and drops into the gasoline. Fire trips among the gasoline, and it hits the back. And as soon as he turns the main switch to turn the car stutters. Ghostface then pulls out a switch panel and pushes the red button, locking all the car doors with inside. Kevin tries to escape the car but can't. His car is manually being controlled, and then as a result of the car back engine catching on fire, he attempts to turn the ignition switch, and the car explodes, killing him instantly. Ghostface's head pops back slightly and then forward as the car explodes front and center. The car exploding, blocking off the main entrance of the hospital parking garage entrance, but also sending Kevin Mitche's body flying, incinerating into a parked car that had just ran by the explosion. His body slammed on the parked car just as soon as the car swooped by.